There's something about Huntsville that we don't hide our poor. They live right next door to us. They live across the street from us. We see our poor. And I think that's healthy in a community, because when you see the poor, you are more generous. And then the poor see the poor and they're more generous. And I wish it was that way everywhere. I think because I grew up here, I thought it was, but I'm finding out, oh, no, let me talk to you about how reality the real world is. So, but that's a real attribute of our city. Nobody in the state of Alabama had ever done a backpack program. And Steve Mann, who's a financial planner, this is why we need everybody in the community, walked in and he said, hey, have you heard about the Houston Backpack Program? I said, no. But he reached out and grabbed that magazine on the airplane that day and he read it and he said, this is what we need for Huntsville. So he said, I'll go with you to Ridgecrest. So he did. And in the meeting, Dawn Ashley, who was the principal, she would later become principal of the year. She said, well, I don't know about the food, Steve. And he said, well, she's crazy, but the food will be fine. Well, a good salesman makes you laugh, so you'll give a yes. She will make me 25 bags. And then what we weren't prepared for is all the kids who came up to other kids, patted them on the shoulder and said, you got a bag so you won't die this weekend. They understood you can die and be hungry. So Huntsville quickly brought in social workers, counselors to that school. We did 178 the next week, 383 the next week. We've been in that school for 14 years. This is starting our 15th year. And so other churches said, hey, I can cover this school in my area, and civic groups said I could cover this school. And so all over Madison County are schools that are covered every week with a weekend backpack bag. That's what they're packing right now, is the weekend backpack bags. And all those people, most of them are retired school teachers, and they fed kids out of their desk. They paid for lunches for kids. Huntsville has a really good program if you don't have money to eat, but most school systems do not. We have an incredible program. Honestly, we have free public education. We need to have free food. And we need to have community people who subsidize that, businesses. You could have every company in town have a lunchroom tax. Everybody get charged a little bit. Everybody help feed the kids, but no kid should go hungry in my community. And that's the compassion that I see in Huntsville, that when I went to a seminar recently and I took my daughter with us and I said, we live in such a unique city that people won't take 2 boxes of mac and cheese if they have some because somebody behind them might need it. That's a real different attitude than what you see other places. We do not experience the entitlement mentality of someone going through a tough time. And that's why people give to Manna House, because God will just do a heartburst and they're like, oh, let me do that for you.
Listen to Hello Huntsville podcast today on all your favorite podcast platforms.